Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Newsgram. So how's it going? Everything good? How many times a day have you been asked that question? And the easy answer is usually, yep, it's all good. Thanks for asking. But let's get real for a minute. You can share with me. I can't even hear you. Is there anything about your life that you want to improve or maybe better understand? How about all the ups and downs? There are a lot of highs and lows that come along with this life we live. It's implied in the word life. That's life, right? But sometimes it can be hard to cope with it all, and today on Newsgram, we're going to learn to appreciate life like never before. And it all starts with your awakening.
Following the path of this awakening brings you closer to your true self, helps you to get rid of any false, unworthy ideas about yourself, and allows you to walk onto the path of your greatest potential, one that you may not yet be aware of. Your inner magic is the light of your true being, the source of your own truth, the everything you could ever hope to or dream to be. It is the energy of your divine being that is always there for you every minute of every day of your life, even in the darkest times.
How's that for a show opener? Dr. Merlin Pickston is going to guide us toward living a happier, healthier life by helping us awaken our true self. His new book is called Awaken Journey to Your True Self. Are you ready? The best place to start is always at the beginning. So let's think like an engineer today and roll out our own unique blueprint to self-improvement. That blueprint is you.
It all starts with us as individuals. We have to take responsibility for ourselves. And if you really want to make a change to your life, if you really want to make a change to how you feel and how you respond and bring joy and happiness into your life, it begins with you. There's no easy way round with these things. You have to do the work on a day-to-day basis. Doesn't mean it has to be challenging or difficult, but you do have to do the work.
If it feels like I just set you up by promising to deliver the meaning of life and then I held up a mirror, you're partially right. Since we're all just so very unique, the key to living a happier, healthier life begins with the person in the mirror. The first section of Awaken Journey to Your True Self is all about awakening to your own unique world. How do you see time, past, present, and future? How do you feel about reincarnation? What are your views on religion and education? What about sex and sexuality? I know, it's a lot, right? And it takes a minute to figure it all out, which is why he suggests journaling. Journaling allows you to write from the heart and just put pen to paper in a stream of consciousness kind of way. The idea is to get to the point where you say,
this is how it is. From a metaphysical perspective, this is how we see these different aspects and how they differ from perhaps how society would have us understand or interact with. The society that we live in has kind of created this separation and this isolation and loneliness. And when you start looking at things from a different perspective, it begins to open up your heart and your mind to actually be able to go, oh, okay, so actually, if I look at it from this way, where actually I'm not alone, and these are some of the explanations and reasons why perhaps I went through this challenging time, or I had a loss in my life, or I've had an illness in my life, that there are reasons for it. And it helps to widen and open up the perspective to be able to then dig further and deeper into, okay, so if that's the case here, what else might be in my life that I can come up with a really kind of logical and heart-filled explanation for?
I told you we were going on a journey of self-discovery, and the key is to first get to know who you are. What is your truth? And then we can move on. Dr. Pickston has a doctorate in metaphysics, and his book is based on his own experiences over the past 30 years. He's come up with 7 pillars to personal change. And I have to caution you, I'm never really a big fan of boiling things down to simple steps, but as you can see, each step is far from simple. They each demand some reflection and consideration on your part. But if you're committed to deeper understanding, he does provide a nice roadmap for you. The first 2 steps you already know. They're awareness and observation.
A very common thing that I hear with clients is that they get into bed at night and they're so tired they just want to go to sleep, and then their mind won't switch off. I can say to people, it's because you've not been listening to it all day. You've been so busy doing that you've not actually taken the time to stop and listen to what your physiological self is telling you.
The third step is making sense of all that mind talk going on in your head.
And once you've kind of done that piece of work, you then move on to, for me, the most important pillar 4, which is challenging beliefs. Every behavior underneath everything that's going on, there is a belief system that we have. And that could be things like, I don't deserve success. I'm not good enough. I can't do it because of X, Y, and Z. These belief systems are often limiting us being able to make change. And so being able to really challenge the beliefs underneath all of what's going on helps someone to really understand, okay, so if that belief system is there, I know that then I have the ability to change it.
You see how all this works? You have to get to know the how and why of who you are. Come to terms and make sense of all that. Then you can take on your beliefs and make the conscious decision to change. Once you've done that, you can then look into new ways of doing things and make them a permanent part of your behavior. Those are the 7 pillars, and if you think that's all there is, then you're sorely mistaken. There are not just concepts, ideas, and suggestions in this book. There are tools to implement them. And an important one is meditation.
That's really, for me, one of the top tools. The other tools are there. Actually, they came from research from the doctorate as the things that many of the respondents to the questionnaires and the interviews that I did actually used in their awakening journey, that they were drawn to particular practices that they as individuals found useful to help them with healing and with supporting their connection to their soul, to their spirit, to other realms. So, I talk about Reiki, for example. What actually is Reiki? And I kind of give that explanation. So it's easy to understand, oh, right, okay, I get that. And that feels like that might be for me or not. So that's what the purpose of this toolbox is.
He also has some great tips for breathing and shifting your mindset away from pessimism by using gratitude. We have so much to be grateful for. All we have to do is stop and think about it for a minute. And just a heads up, if you take this journey to find your true self, you may experience some unusual dreams, which is why he offered some tips on dream interpretation.
When you start within and you change your perspective, when you change, what's going on within you, the magic really does happen in your outer world.
And there you have it, a metaphysical layman's guide to your true self. You have the power to make all the changes within your life that you deem necessary. It's been there all along. All you had to do was click your heels. I'm kidding. You just needed the tools to get started. So, there you have them, courtesy of Dr. Merlin Pickston and his new book, Awaken and Journey to Your True Self. It's available now online at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and so many other places that you'll get angry with me for listing them all. We put a link to some of them in the show's description. Now that your world is open, find your own truth and join us again for another edition of Newsgram from webtalkradio.com.